Hi, I'm Roberta. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you another one of those handy kitchen essentials which, once you know, you'll wonder how you ever did without. Creme anglaise, or pouring custard. Now, it's traditionally served with fruit desserts, and I'm serving it with apple fritters in my month of Swiss, but it's also the base for traditional ice cream, and in Britain especially, as the name suggests, anglaise, it's served with steamed puddings. Also, one of my favourite ways, a sweet souffle when it arrives at the table. Sometimes you break it open and pour some creme anglaise in there. Super simple: milk, egg, sugar, and a beautiful vanilla pod. Let's get started. So milk and sugar into a small saucepan. A good heavy base saucepan like the copper one is great for this. And we're going to split this vanilla bean and scrape in as many of those seeds as we can, and then we'll just pop the pod in there as well, because we can take it out at the last minute, but there's plenty of flavour in that pod that we want to infuse. So just the tip of a knife in there, and you'll see all those little black flecks in our milk. That's the beautiful vanilla seeds. You could use a good vanilla extract, but by using the pod, you're showing anyone who eats it that you've used the real deal. So I have my milk, sugar and vanilla over a low heat, and I'm just going to stir it until that sugar dissolves. I don't want it to boil at this stage. I just want that vanilla to start infusing and the sugar to dissolve, and the heat's going to help both of those. Now my sugar's dissolved and my vanilla's infusing into that milk, so I'll just set that aside off the heat, and we'll whisk our egg yolks until they're nice and pale. There we go, they're nice and pale. Now I'm just going to pop back to the stove, bring that milk just to a simmer, and bring it back here. So that just came to a simmer, little bubbles around the edges. I'm going to fish out our vanilla pods now, because they've done their job, and we certainly don't want to be whisking them in. And now, a little at a time, I'm going to whisk this hot milk into the egg. Now that's probably the trickiest part, because if you don't whisk constantly, you're going to end up with scrambled eggs. But if you whisk too much, you're going to get a lot of froth. It doesn't matter, the froth dissipates as we take it to the stove and cook it. Now I'm over a low to medium heat here, just a little bit warmer than low. And as I said, we've got some froth, but that will start to dissipate as this cooks. So the key now is to keep it moving, otherwise we're going to have sweet scrambled eggs. Now I know we're starting to get close when most of those bubbles have subsided, and it's kind of shiny and glossy, and I can feel more than see the way the spoon is starting to move through it. We're looking for that coats the back of a spoon test, which it hasn't quite met yet. I'm going to turn the heat down to as low as possible, because this is where we risk curdling it. I can feel it's much thicker now as the spoon is moving through it, and all our bubbles have gone. Let's see. And it definitely coats the back of the spoon without going back to fill in that gap, so it's ready. So here we have it, our beautiful vanilla scented pouring custard. Coats the back of a wooden spoon. That's as thick as we want it. Let's pop it into a jug, ready to go over our favourite dessert. Yum. Creme anglaise, the base for custards, perfect with fruit desserts. Pour it into your sweet soufflés, pour it over your steamed puddings. Enjoy.